Hi everyone. In this video, we are going to talk about DevOps and its relation with the code. So first of all, we are going to clear one confusion, which is that each code is really required to become a DevOps engineer. Should you be familiar with the code like Python, Java, or any other coding language, programming language, to become a DevOps engineer? So let's get started with the concept and then we will understand is it really required or it's not required. You can go ahead and you can become a DevOps engineer even without having a zero knowledge on the code, or you should know the code that we will clarify in this particular video. So DevOps is not a kind of technology, it's a kind of culture where you mix development with the operation. So if we talk about that, so let me select the pen. So it stands with dev and then ops. There are two parts as you can see, correct? So there is development, this one becomes dev, second one becomes your operations. So DevOps is a kind of culture which comes from the development and the operations. When both of them sit together, they work on the DevOps part. They do the automation, they do the planning, they do the other stuffs, correct? So if I talk about how it all these things get started, so about that, let's go ahead with the concept. So what we do first in the DevOps, we start with the planning. So whatever you have to do, you have to go with the planning. Once you move from the planning, you go up to the code part, correct? Whatever, either you have to do the automation or you have to do the development. So whatever you have to do, we go with the plan, then code, then you do the build. Then once you are done with the build, you go for the testing, then release and the deployment. So DevOps is not particularly responsible for everything, like you go with the code, you do all the stuffs, and then you come to the final picture. But DevOps is a kind of culture where you do the monitoring related setup, your deployment related setup, correct? Like whatever you have to deploy, correct? So for the deployment, you are going to do the automation related stuff. So that for that automation, you can either pick any of the tools or technology, whatever you think. Either you can write the scripting language, you can write your Python language script, or you can write your bash script. So whatever suits to you, you can use that particular technology, and with the help of that, you can write the automation. So if I have to sort this answer whether DevOps person need to have the knowledge on the coding or not, the short answer is yes, you should, but you should not have the knowledge, or you should not responsible to have the knowledge equivalent to a software developer, correct? You should not be expert in the software development like Python developer or the Java developer or the Go developer. But yeah, obviously you should have the knowledge so that you can even automate the processes, because even if you have the code and you have to create the image, you have to run the container out of that. So you will have to have the knowledge of the technology which is being used, how the images can be built out of that, correct? So you should have the knowledge, but you should not to be pro in that expertise towards the programming languages, correct? You should, what kind of knowledge you should have if you are not responsible for having the knowledge on the programming language? You should have the knowledge on AWS cloud, you should have knowledge on this. You should have the knowledge on the CI/CD part, that means your Jenkins part. You should have the knowledge on the Docker, correct? You should have the knowledge on the Docker. Then you should have the knowledge on this K8, that is called as a Kubernetes. Then you should have the knowledge on the Linux system, correct? Linux system, so that you can do the scripting part, you can run the commands to do the troubleshooting. You should have knowledge on the Prometheus and other stuff, so that you can do the Prometheus related things. You can do the automation for monitoring setups as well. You can monitor your endpoints, application endpoint, using the code, correct? You can develop internal tool to manage that, or you can do the automation with the help of code. So the conclusion is that you should have the knowledge on the programming language, but you should not be expert into that. Rather than you can go with the other DevOps technology like AWS Cloud, Python, Bash, Shell scripting, CI/CD, and other stuffs. Correct. So you can get started with the zero experience in the development, and you can get started with your DevOps career. So in this video, I just wanted to give the overview of this one only, like whether it should be much familiar with the coding, or you should be just having the knowledge on the coding. So stay tuned with the channel and subscribe to the channel to get more updates towards the technical content. Till the time, thank you. Bye bye.